This story began when I lost touch with reality for a moment. I had always considered my life to be stable. I had a beloved wife, Emily, with whom we had been through a lot together. Her sister, Rachel, with whom we were close, often joined us. But it was this closeness that led to what happened. I remember the night it all started. We were celebrating Emily's birthday, and the guests had already left, leaving the three of us. I was in the kitchen, putting away the dishes, and then I heard them laughing. I felt a little embarrassed that I wasn't part of their conversation. When I got to the living room, I sat down on the edge of the couch, and soon the conversation became more intimate. Rachel shared her worries about life, her disappointments, and how she was missing true love. I listened, and for a moment, I felt a connection between us. There was some kind of spark between us, and after that evening, I began to notice our gazes lingering. We started talking more often and spending time together when Emily wasn't around. I had been looking for excuses to see Rachel alone, and now it seemed not only acceptable, but even physically desirable. We were just spending time together, but more and more, I felt attracted to her. One evening, when Emily was up late with her friends again, Rachel came over to our house. We were drinking tea, sitting in the kitchen, and suddenly, I realized I couldn't stop. I reached out to her, and she didn't pull away. In that moment, everything changed. Soon, I was sitting next to Rachel, and I couldn't resist. We kissed. It was incredible and terrifying at the same time. When we pulled away from each other, there was a heavy silence in the air. I started seeing her more often, and every time I left her, I was plagued by guilt for Emily. But the new emotions I was experiencing with Rachel were such a sweet temptation that I couldn't stop. It seemed like it was all just moments, just feelings, just life. But with each encounter, there were misunderstandings that threatened to ruin everything. I realized that I was living on the edge, but instead of stopping, I was sinking deeper and deeper. My wife's sister was growing closer to me, and with each new moment we spent together, I realized I didn't want to lose her. I didn't know what to do or how to fix my life. I learned to manipulate words to justify my actions, but deep down, I knew it was wrong. After a while, I noticed a change in Emily. I think she began to suspect my connection to her sister, and I realized I couldn't hide it forever. As much as I loved her, I was connected by something deeper: tenderness, passion, a desire for something new. One night, when Emily came home from work, I realized I couldn't keep this secret any longer. I had a choice to make: stay with Emily and put my feelings for Rachel in the past, or admit my infidelity and risk everything. The conversation between my wife and me was short. She listened without interrupting, and when I finished, I was completely shocked at what she had to offer me. "I've known for a while now what's going on between you and Rachel. I don't mind this relationship at all," she said. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. It was like a weight had been lifted off my chest, but at the same time, the air was filled with a new uncertainty. Emily explained that she valued our relationship, and although she was hurting, she wanted to find a way for us all to coexist. It was unrealistic, and I was stunned by her calmness and willingness to accept the situation. I didn't know what to say, but Emily assured me that she had thought about it for a long time and believed it would work out. Soon, Rachel came to live with us. The first few days were awkward. We were all exploring this uncharted territory together. We tried to maintain a normal relationship, but the dynamic had clearly changed. I began to divide my time between Emily and Rachel, trying to give each of them the attention they deserved. There were moments of doubt when I doubted it was possible, but somehow we made it work. Emily and Rachel began to form an unusual bond. They started talking more often, sharing their thoughts and feelings, and there was a strange sense of solidarity between them. They understood the complexity of the situation better than I did. It was as if they had made an unspoken agreement to keep the peace, to make this unusual arrangement function as well as possible. I often watched their interactions, marveling at how they managed to find common ground despite everything that had happened. And now I don't kid myself anymore. Mondays are Emily and me. Tuesdays are Rachel. We've established a rhythm, a schedule that works for us. On Wednesdays, we all have dinner together, and it's surprisingly comfortable. Some days, I feel the heaviness of my actions, guilt still lurking in the background. But other days, I feel strangely happy. It's not the life I envisioned, but it's the one I have now. And somehow, we're getting by. The future is uncertain, and I know that the balance we've found could be upset at any moment. But for now, we have each other. Emily, Rachel, and I are navigating this complicated relationship together, day by day, learning to live with our choices and find moments of happiness in this unconventional life. And as much as I fear what might happen, I also feel hope that maybe we can keep going no matter what.